All right, so we're just waiting for them to get started.
And we are off into Green Flower Zone once again, for perhaps the final time.
We see Refrag with a slight lead, getting to the box first, navigating through these tunnels really fast, hitting the water, though.
Ooh, that
not
is
what you want to see. That is a devastating drop in the first act. That is not a good start, but they do get a good bounce to finish it off.
3 seconds. That is
3 seconds.
You have to appreciate that, because as soon as Refrag saw they're going into the water, you could see the turn of the camera. They knew where to go.
Exactly. Knowing your backups is so incredibly important in this scenario. A real big difference maker from runners are runners who, when they make the slightest mistake, they have to opt whether or not they're going to just retry and go back and just to eat the time loss. And then runners who know backups and know how to properly make up and maximize on the time loss and just minimize it as much as possible.
A sub 30 time on Green Flower 2 for Lemin. That has got to feel good. Although, do not see this as conclusive. In the first race, Refrag was ahead of this one.
Absolutely. Now we're going against Lazar, man. We see the Lemin playing in Doom mode, same as Refrag. Opting for the first-person camera perspective, making aiming a little bit easier for them. Seeing 12 seconds on Lemin side with a 13-second on Refrag side. Very narrow margin there. Lemin going into Techno Hill, taking the pipe steam up. They're going to do the slope jump here. Slope jump again. They're going to try and get straight into... They miss the speed shoes. They're going to have to backtrack for it. Let's see if Refrag can get it a cleaner hit. Absolutely does. Running across the pipes into the area. Oh, wow. Looking just how close this is getting again. This is insane. Jumping over these gaps, hitting all the platforms just so perfectly. You see that the level of skill at play here is insane, and I just cannot stress enough the pure like skill level of runners of this caliber is just never it's never not impressive to watch. Not a moment wasted by Refrag there, making up 5 seconds of IGT. They're both in the results screen at the same time. They're only a loading screen apart. That is anyone's game. Actually, no, Refrag now in the lead because Lemin, realizing they did not have the angle they needed to get through the goop, immediately opts for a retry. And now we are back in the lead, favor Refrag in Act 2. As we head through the corridors and catwalks, we see Refrag opting no speed shoes. Lemin right behind them, opting the same way. Going through, they're going to go for the Twister Shield up here. Oh, no enemy bounce on Refrag side. Lemin does get enemy bounce. Checkpoint down into the pit, going for the Twister Shield. Refrag getting it faster. Lemin having a little bit of trouble navigating it here. We see the double jump from Refrag over the springs. Does get a good platform cycle. Lemin is now going to miss the platform cycle that they were going for. They're going to have to wait a little bit longer. We see Refrag going in for the 102 cycle. Lemin opting. Looks more like it's going to be 107. So Refrag definitely gaining some ground here. We love to see that happen. We still have a race, everyone. We still have a race here. Now, Eggman once again making a mess of things as Eggman do. It is quite annoying, but I've ranted about it enough this whole tournament, so we're just going to wait for this fight to be over. 14 seconds for Refrag. Lemin having a little bit of trouble taking some hits along the way. 15 seconds for Lemin. Refrag setting up the monitor bounce. Very clean. Meanwhile, Lemin right behind them in Deep Sea. Act 1. Going to be navigating. They're going to do the spin dash jump here, lining it up with Doom mode. It looks like Lemin takes an immediate retry. Up into the waterfall, through the tunnels, through the spike traps. Refrag holding a comfortable lead right now. Meanwhile, Lemin is struggling to catch up. They have got to optimize their movement, make as few mistakes as possible, going for the aimed spin dash jump through there. Meanwhile, Refrag ending it with a 38-second time.
That is a very good time for this stage, and something that we're only really starting to see now we're at the end of the tournament. You love to see it.
We sure do. And a 30... Whoa, what happened to Lemin there? Oh, they hit the sign. They just kind of bounced in a way I'm not used to seeing. But they get a 37-second time, which is really good. So Refrag only about 17 seconds ahead of Lemin right now. So it is still easily... one mistake could change it, and we have seen how fast mistakes can add up as well. So Refrag is going to try and maintain this control as much as humanly possible. Lemin is going to try and catch up while Refrag tries to maintain control. Sorry.
It's understandable. We have been in this position before, just slightly reversed.
Exactly. It's legitimately anyone's game when like we have runners whose PB is 2 seconds apart from each other, and they have survived the bracket up to this point.
This could not be closer in theory if we ever planned for it to be.
All right, here we go.
Right now is
through the
the
tunnels.
end of the stage, or towards the end of the stage, I should say. Lemin had a little bit of trouble getting towards the slidey section there, as I like to call it.
I mean, it is a section of slidey.
It certainly is one slidey old section. Refrag finishes the stage with a 122.
Looks like Lemin had a bit of a slowdown there. Meanwhile, Eggman making waves. We're looking for shadows in the water for Sonic to target Eggman. Refrag is going to maximize their time as much as possible here, utilizing every little advantage, every visual cue that they can get to try and deal damage as quickly as possible, minimize the amount of time Eggman is out to attack him. Look at that 22.65 time. Really, really respectable time.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, Lemin is on catch-up duty right now.
Yes, there was a little bit of a damage there at the end of the fight. However, since it is the end of the fight, that is after you've done all you needed to do. You can take a second just to regroup and recuperate.
We see Refrag taking these slingshots one into the other very clean, hitting the bouncer springs. No spike balls here. Another slingshot across. They're going to try and aim for the tree. They do miss the tree. That is not good. That is something that Lemin can capitalize on. If they can land it, that will help them a bit.
You have to wonder why Refrag would opt for the same strategy that gave them such pain in the previous round.
Especially when the alternative is only slightly slower.
Quite
Oh, but it looks like Lemin also struggles, but Lemin does have the benefit of landing on the top route. So they get... Oh, but they missed the spring! Commentators curse. They have lost so much ground now. They have to backtrack, take a different route to get to the top. This is huge, huge downside for Lemin. Huge boon for Refrag right now as they wait for the walls to collapse so that they can spin dash jump out through into the bridge to the end of Act 1.
What a marvelous race this has been so far. It's given us everything, and we're only a few short minutes into it.
Absolutely. Not even 10 minutes into the run, and it's already just been heart-stopping at points. We see Egg Castle 2 waiting for the floors to collapse. Meanwhile, Lemin waiting for the walls to collapse.
You know, someone should really get on the phone to whoever did the mortaring in this castle.
Right. All right, Refrag setting up for the monitor bounce with the speed shoes. Nails it. No bonks all the way through. Navigates the corridors so effortlessly through the courtyard. Crossing over the railway. Does take a hit on the spike balls. Oh, wow. Meanwhile, Lemin taking a lot of hits on the right side of your screen from spike balls. Having trouble navigating the pit there, but they saved it. They spotted the issue that they were having, and they knew right there they cannot commit to the jump that they were making. They had to correct, and they did so.
And you have to give credit to Lemin there for being able to so precisely control the thoughts throughout.
Absolutely, especially when you consider just the level of speed they're playing at right now. Lemin had a fraction of a second to realize there was an error and realize how to correct it and to then go through and execute the correction. Like, it's insane the level of play that we're seeing. I know I keep saying that and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I cannot stress enough. This is elite level speedrunning of this game right now.
I mean, there are very few names that could outperform these two right here and right now, that's for sure. And I suppose the same would be true for any top seeds in any tournament.
Jumping through the spike walls, past the spike balls, up the stairs. Meanwhile, we see Refrag going into the button boss, waiting for the buttons to activate in the order that we all know is the correct one every single time. No RNG required.
Of course, that's no excuse to relax. You still need to be able to avoid these big old spiky arms, and unfortunately, Refrag doesn't compensate his curse right there.
Refrag having a bit of trouble. Refrag going no rings right now. Refrag is playing heavy risk. So they're going to go back to the blue button, wait for the bouncer spring to get up to the top. They have to play it very safe. They do not want to take a hit right now. If they fall to the bottom, that is a scary prospect, but they do manage no damage in that final stage. Meanwhile, Lemin trying to swag between the orbs of spikes and does not succeed. Takes the hit, slowing them down. They have no rings. Oh, this is definitely a scary moment. In the exact same scenario that we just saw Refrag in.
We are seeing how close these runners are, that they are both taking almost exactly the same fight. And I know it's no RNG, so it's not too surprising, but even so.
The mistakes being made in the same places. We see Refrag grabbing the tornado shield. They're going to bounce off the enemy. They have their double jump stored so that they can reach the bridge. Barely making the bridge, though. The vertical momentum was just enough to make it. So we're seeing Refrag in the advantage of about 30 seconds. You see Lemin taking the spin dash jump, opting no tornadoes here. Going up the catwalks.
This is quite something from both our runners. There is no need to assume anything, especially in this stage where things have and can change.
Absolutely. We've definitely seen some pretty harsh punishments for very slight missteps in this stage already, just with these runners.
Yeah, even in this tournament, in this match, pardon me, this stage is a bit more brutal for mistakes than quite a lot, because your mistakes don't just lead to time loss, they lead to a full-on death.
So we see Refrag jumping over into the tornadoes. Meanwhile, Lemin finishing Act 1 slightly faster.
You do have to wonder at this point what people are thinking in the, or what our runners are saying to each other. Since they can't hear each other,
yeah, they are communicating. Yeah, there's
are they going
I
to
imagine they're just.
Other,
I imagine any mistake that one makes, and the other one's probably just giving encouragement. It's like, no, you've got this. It's cool. Don't let it get you down. And honestly, I feel like that brings out the best in both players is when they have each other encouraging one another. And I imagine that's what's going on over there in their voice call.
By and large, we do see them having an excellent bit of play. So there's definitely no... well, I won't say definitely. We can't say for sure. But I would imagine that they are being nothing but polite to each other in there.
Yeah, probably some playful banter. Anyway, we see Refrag going for the skip, landing it up through to the signpost, ending it at a 127. Meanwhile, Lemin coming up behind in the mine cart. They're going to be going into the cavern briefly, and then they're going to be turning around and coming back out. Meanwhile, we have Knack the sniper for the Act 3 boss of RNG.
That has been some proper clean hits right there. I don't think with that setup you could have saved even a frame on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Refrag is just playing this boss flawlessly. Look at that, 23 seconds. Fang the Weasel. Amazing.
Absolutely fantastic. And we do see Lemin just on the other side of the McCree fight. See if they can match that level of precision. And it looks like they are so far.
Oh no, they missed. Oh, okay. Now things are starting to get a little bit mean. Lemin's having some trouble here. Meanwhile, Refrag navigating Red Volcano, making it look so simple and so clean. Hitting the lava as one intends to do, gets the damage boost, jumps up past the lava pit, up the hills, over the next lava pit, and now they're hitting the checkpoint. They're going to be jumping over the large pit, hitting the enemy for the big bounce into the bouncer spring, up to the final platform, into the next checkpoint, into the lava caverns. Meanwhile, you see a 46 time for Lemin beating out.
Yeah, taking about, not quite, but nearly twice the amount of time to beat Daxter there.
Absolutely. You never want to see the boss go that way. Oh, you see Refrag taking a hit from the fire rope. Those fire ropes can be incredibly harsh. It just depends on where they are in their cycle as you cross them. They just take up so much room on the platform, and unless you can cut that corner so perfectly, it's just not much you can do but just accept the hit. Thankfully, the lava pit's not too far below the platform, so you can still recover simple enough. But at this point, oh, no rings, making it through. Refrag getting to the end of the stage with a 122. Meanwhile, we see Lemin taking the enemy bounce to the platform, to the red spring, up to the final platform of the sequence, into the checkpoint. Meanwhile, Egg Rock Act 1 loads up on Refrag's side of the screen. They're going to take the elevators on up as Lemin navigates through the lava cave.
The big risk with these spinning lava things, that Lemin has navigated pretty clean, unfortunately taking a hit there from the lava fall instead. The big risk with them isn't so much that they give you damage, it's that they completely stop your momentum. And that's really the main worry.
Yeah, absolutely, because momentum matters so much in this game. This is why you see them try not to stop moving at any point.
So a lot of people think that Sonic games are just about going fast, and while that is certainly a part of it, after all, he has got to go that fast, it is much more a matter of momentum.
Yep, absolutely. Preserving momentum is one of the cornerstones of classic Sonic, especially.
And since this game takes heavy inspiration from that era, it is just as big a deal here.
We've got a 102 flat on Act 1. Right now, Refrag is definitely looking like they are the odds-on favorite to take the first game off of Lemin this whole tournament.
Yes, this will be the first time Lemin hasn't won. That's got to be... I wonder if they're joking about that as we speak.
That's an achievement in and of itself. Even if Refrag doesn't walk away the winner ultimately, taking a win is still one step higher than anyone else has managed to do so far.
It really is an achievement, and we can't do anything but congratulate them for it.
And that would actually be the first time we've had a game get winners on both sides during the match through this whole tournament today and yesterday, I believe. Today's the best of 3 day, but yeah.
That is true indeed. There have been many best of 3 tournaments, and this is of course a best of 5, but none so far have ever used their full allotment of rounds. That's why we're so far ahead of schedule, in fact.
Yeah, exactly. And seeing that this is one of those scenarios where we might finally see that trend break, and not only is that trend breaking, it's breaking in grand finals against someone who is undefeated.
As we see now going through the rigors of Egg Rock, Lemin is coming up about, what would you say, about a minute behind here?
That looks to be about the case, about a minute, and maybe a minute and a second or two. Yeah, and here we go. We're seeing this infamous section of the stage. We've seen this section of the stage claim many, many lives throughout the course of this tournament. Indeed. We see Refrag is definitely playing it safe for the moment. We'll see if they maintain that. They definitely should probably understand what their lead looks like right now, so they should know not to take any unnecessary risks. Let Lemin take all of the unnecessary risks while you maximize your consistency to maintain your lead. Definitely the right move on Refrag's part.
Refrag especially will know not to take these risks, as that was the deciding factor in their last match against Fives.
Meanwhile, we have Lemin navigating the narrow platforms out here into the tube. So we see Refrag wrapping it up Act 2 with a 207. They are now going into Black Core with Metal Sonic.
And that was the last we'll see of him for this stage, with any luck.
From Refrag, at least, yeah. We'll see him again on the right side of the screen, but if Refrag has his way, not going to see him again on the left side of the screen until Act 2. So this is definitely a stage that has plagued some runners throughout the course of this tournament. I know that at least one point someone actually took a death at the end of the act, which was one of the most devastating deaths I've seen this whole tournament long. You see they're setting up. They're going to take the dash across. They land it barely, but it still counts. Taking the gravity swap again, jumping over the bridge of spikes, trying not to take any damage because damage, as you said, halts momentum. Gravity swap again into the last stretch of the stage. Meanwhile, you see Lemin wrapping up Act 2, it looks like, getting close to the end. There it is.
Yes, you do want to be careful in Blackpool 1 because, as we've seen, and I'm sure we've been the peanut gallery on the side chat for a lot of those matches, it can be absolutely devastating and decide everything to take a death there.
Refrag taking the hit, opting to try and hit Metal Sonic now during the vulnerability. Metal Sonic now going invulnerable again, rising up above. Meanwhile, Lemin is running ahead of Metal Sonic. We're probably going to see a little bit more of the high-risk, high-reward strategies implemented by Lemin that they have successfully utilized so far. Oh, look at that. They
opt second time in this. After you.
Oh my god.
Well, never mind, because now there's something more important.
Not to lava room skip, and that hurt them.
Yes,
so.
Lemin, especially for the second time this tournament, managed to somehow clip through one of the lasers there. I don't. They've got something up their sleeve, that's for sure.
Alright, Lemin making their way to the end of the stage. Meanwhile, we see Refrag with about a minute and 15-second lead, a minute and 10-second lead at the end of the act. This is a full one boss lead right now, but we know RNG can be cruel. Refrag now is hoping for good RNG. All they need to do is keep the execution tight, keep everything good, don't make any mistakes, keep your safety rings on you, and just hope that RNGesus is on your side and they can pick up a win and be the first to pick up a win over Lemin, and also be the one who breaks the trend of complete one-sided matchups.
Yeah, and you've got to wonder a little bit about how Lemin will take that kind of thing. Will it knock the confidence that they can win, or will they just think, yeah, sure, you deserve it, I'm going to win.
And
after all, Refrag is still on the back foot and needs to win 2 more times after this, whereas Lemin could win at any time.
Yep, any one win from Lemin will finish this out. So Refrag definitely on the uphill battle right now, keeping one safety ring at all times, walks into the fire because they were in doom view. They did not see the fire right next to Sonic. Standing over here, trying to get the green goop to fall, trying to get Bragg to walk into it. There we go. This looks like a very promising fight for Refrag.
As we enter into the last few hits, Lemin will also be close to the end.
A dodge, but that's it. That is it.
That's it. Clearing
Refrag taking game 2.
GG for perhaps the most prestigious victory in this tournament of breaking Lemin's...
Hello? Is that a world record? Is that a world record in Grand Finals?
Hey, hold on. No, come on. I'm looking this up. We can't have got a world record. I refuse to.
Did we get a world record in Grand Finals?
That's 21:14. Is that? Yeah. Speedrun.com. People in chat are going ballistic. I can say that for sure.
This is insane. Oh my god. Refrag, you legend.
I mean, Lemin can't be sad about that one anymore, because that is absurd. That is just insane. I'm speechless. I'm trying to find words for this. We officially confirmed that by in-game time, the currently logged world record by KT4 is a 21 minute 23 second. It is a new world record here today in the grand final.
Like 9 seconds?
By quite some margin, that's for sure.
That is so insanely good.
Refrag wins the tournament. It really doesn't, because
Refrag is already the real winner here. Like, that is the world record now. It may not be verified yet, but we all saw it here. So
yeah, I don't think anyone will be questioning it. We have 100 people in chat right now to speak and say that's a world record.
that is insane. First to take a win off Lemin, first to break the trend of complete closeout victories, and gets a world record at the same time, all in grand finals. And this isn't even over. We still have another game, at least one more game.
I mean, I don't know how we can top this, really. That has been an insane match with an insane finish. We can absolutely confirm that the G in Refrag stands for gaming.
It absolutely does.
I'm in silence right now because I am utterly stunned that we have seen that today.
Right? I'm kind of like at a loss right now. It's crazy.
How do you even compare? Like, we were talking before about them
Refrag
maybe
doesn't
feeling a
know.
bit
Oh
taken
my God,
aback.
Refrag doesn't know. Refrag didn't know.
No.
Refrag's like, wait a minute, what?
And there's the reaction in chat. That is...
Refrag just lost their stuff right now. They didn't realize it until just now. They just broke world record.
Well, given that the VOD of this seems to be going up on the board, congratulations for the world record to Refrag. We love to see it.
Yeah, Refrag does not know how to react.
I don't know how to react. You don't know how to react. No one in the
You're
audience
right, I
knows how
don't.
to
I
react.
really don't.
This is phenomenal. This is second to none.
Refrag's response to hearing that was world record was, I'm gonna wake up real quick. And then
Yeah.
just character spam.
Yeah, that is...
And I can't even get over the fact that we're not even done yet. we've still got another game, at least one more game to go, potentially 2, potentially 3.
I mean, if
Oh
he
my
doesn't
God.
need to take a break after that one, I don't know what would.
My heart's racing, and I'm not even playing right now.
Right? I'm so glad that I'm only here on commentary because there is no comparison.